Hey Blade HQ Nation, Jaren and Mark here, and today we're taking a look at the TOPS XcEST Alpha.
Yeah, this knife is a stout survival beast, packed full of extras. Let's check it out. The TOPS XcEST stands for Cross Country Emergency Support Tool, and it has a full tang 440C steel blade with removable micarta handles and a ballistic nylon sheath. It also comes with a survival saw, a Lansky sharpener, Ranger band, a compass, fishing line, fishing hooks, an offset Phillips flathead screwdriver, P38 can opener, snare wire, LED light, sail needle, a ferro rod and magnesium fire starter, razor blade, spring clip, some safety pins, and a Fresnel magnifying lens and signal mirror.
Now, instead of just doing one field test, we decided to link together a chain of videos by passing this knife along to several different outdoor YouTubers.
The knife started here at Blade HQ, then went to Doc Tac Dad, who handed it off to the late Boy Scout, who then passed it along to Crockett 20, who then dropped it off with Outdoor Manly and Wild Jake.
So keep watching where we send this out to Tyler, who demonstrates how to make a fire plow. Then at the end of the video, you can watch the other parts by clicking on the links.
Yeah, once you get done watching all the episodes, you can come back here, check out this knives or other great blades by TOPS Knives.
Well, let's get out there and see what these guys do with this knife.
So this is what you want to do to make a fire plow. You make yourself a baseboard. So I started out and I got a big stick, about 3-4 feet long. So when we got the larger baseboard, we needed to split it down. That way I could have just sit and chopped at it for 2 hours, or I could baton it. So I chose to baton it. And because of the fact that the knife was a little bit short, I just held it by the string so that when I hit it on the back of the handle, it didn't shock my fingers. I stripped the bark off of it, just makes it easier to handle. And I cut it flat on the top and flat on the bottom. This way it's not gonna rotate on it when I sit. Then once I get done with that, I flipped it over and I just hatcheted it with the knife. I held on to the lanyard and just hatcheted it until it chopped all the flat chunks off. And then you look at it from the top and I noticed that there's certain rises and spots in the wood, and I just chopped that until it was also level. When I made the plow, I used the same kind of wood as the baseboard so that I don't push through it and make grind a hole. And I took something that's about thumb length or 1.5 thumb length in diameter, and something that's about the length of your forearm or just a little bit shorter than that. And I cut the point, I cut one end to the shape of a screwdriver and then put that at an angle so that the bottom of that plow pushes the char up into a pile. And then on the back of it, we cut it level, and then I rounded off the back because that's kind of uncomfortable in the palm of your hand. So I rounded that off so it was nice and comfortable to hold on to. And then we just ground on it until we got the coal. Okay, before you even start to do any kind of friction fire, you need to make sure that your nest and your fire is ready. I'm not gonna make a full fire, but I would have a bunch of logs with an upside down fire right next to a nest. And I personally like to have a backup nest or char cloth, whatever you have, just in case you fail on that. So you have your different levels, your charcoal, your nest, surrounded by kindling, with more kindling, and your wood, so that you can go charcoal, nest, blow, wood, and the succession is all a smooth flow. So before you even start, make sure you've prepared everything, otherwise you just make a coal that blows out and you gotta start over from scratch. Little strokes. Holy crap. The way this is supposed to work is you do steady, slow strokes until it starts to get a good smoke on the baseboard. And then you speed up, and specifically I've noticed here with the fire plow that if you put a lot more pressure, it ends up giving you darker chunks of coal. And once you build those darker chunks up, you go hard with pressure and then move faster until you get an ember or a little coal smoking all by itself. Once you have a solid ember that's not going to fall apart, then you can tip that over into a leaf or tip it into your nest, and then that's how you're going to get your coal from the coal to the nest to fire. I can't build up a pile. I feel it. Almost. So I made a bigger one. See if I can get some leverage on this and stop exhausting myself. This is no small task. There we go. Got some leverage on that puppy. So I worked on this until I exhausted myself. I tried and stopped and tried and stopped and tried and stopped. Now this is just good proof that even the experts sometimes they don't have success. I know you watch YouTube videos all the time and they're always stroke, stroke, and bam, they've got fire. In the real world, that doesn't always happen that way. But fortunately, with this knife, we've got a striker. So what I did is in the package, there's a whole bunch of survival tools that come with this knife. One of them is the striker. I added it to this little knife pouch on the side of the holster or the sheath right here. So now, since I bought everything already built, I'm gonna create a little magnesium pile and start it with my striker. So this magnesium, which is the lighter colored steel, kind of looks like aluminum, takes a spark and burns all by itself. So what I'm gonna do down here, scrape off some little chunks of that stuff. So this magnesium will burn at 1,700 degrees, which is pretty darn hot. Okay, ready? Fire is brought to you by TOPS Knives and the XcEST Alpha.